What up, everybody? Beginning of Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4, Episode 6. Monet and Diana were shopping for baby clothes before Monet got a text from Drew and they had to get home to meet up with him. While shopping for the baby clothes, Diana also bought a snow globe with a girl in it. When they were at the store, it zoomed in on Diana holding this globe and smiling with a baby in the background. This is symbolizing that Diana's baby would be her whole world. Then when they got home, Carter's task force came storming in looking for their cut from the robbery the night before. But more urgently, they were looking for answers about who Monet robbed the night before because they were needing someone to pin everything on. And they also want to find out who the supplier is at the top of the food chain, and that would be Noma. But a more pressing issue came up in the middle of this, in that Zay Green, the guy who Calder shot the night before at the robbery, was still alive in the infirmary. So they took Drew into custody to take out that potential threat. But when everyone else was just walking out, Felicia Lewis made it her business to find out whose baby they were shopping for. Then when they wouldn't tell her, she took all the bags and the snow globe and said thanks for donating to the police drive. Then she dropped the snow globe and shattered it on the way out the door, indicating that Felicia Lewis would be the one to shatter Diana's whole world. Then after Zion threatened to go public about Carter's task force, Carter sent Felicia Lewis to take him out and said to make sure it was discreet because the IEB is already looking into it. But on the way to her car, Felicia Lewis got a call from the IEB asking her to report for using excessive force, and she had to report within the next hour. And I guess she didn't have enough time to kill Zion, but still had enough time to show up at the Tejadas. But before she showed up at the Tejadas, Felicia Lewis got high as a kite bumping some cocaine. She walked in looking for Monet to force her to take out Zion, but when she found out that Monet wasn't home, she forced Diana to do the job. Diana tried to explain to her that she wasn't a killer, but Felicia Lewis didn't care. I think Diana should have told her, hold up a second, let me call Monet for you, because this isn't my lane. But instead, she let Felicia Lewis think she was going to do the job, mainly because Lewis threatened Diana that her brother would die in jail if she didn't. Then Diana went running to Sandsfield to talk to Tariq. Again, I don't feel like she should have brought this to Tariq, at least not at first. Diana should have called Monet to find out exactly what she should do and if Monet was going to be able to handle it before making a move. Because at least then she could have been honest with Monet about everything that was going on. But instead, Diana asked Tariq to kill Zion for her, not being completely honest with him, saying that Monet's plug is asking her to take out Zion. When Davis asked Tariq who the plug was, Tariq told him that Diana wouldn't say. This means she purposely didn't tell Tariq that it was a cop who sent her to smoke Zion. And I can understand Diana not wanting people to know that her family is working for the NYPD, but at this point, in what she was telling Tariq to do, she should have told him. But at the same time, if it was Monet, Felicia Lewis, or Diana who went to do this job, they would have likely got killed. Because Zion almost killed both Tariq and Braden, and knew Braden was up to something just from Braden looking to the side when Zion was looking out the peephole. After Tariq stabbed Zion, Zion told Tariq that Carter was going to own him now, like Carter owned him. And Tariq let Zion that nobody was going to own him. But little did Tariq and Braden know that that safe house that Zion was staying at had a security camera that recorded the whole thing. When Felicia Lewis saw the footage from the safe house, she was pissed off that Diana sent Tariq St. Patrick to do the job for her and said that Carter was going to kill her. And when Diana was trying to walk away, she made the big mistake of backhanding Felicia Lewis. Backhanding a cop, period, is going to get you in some trouble. But when you backhand a dirty, coked out cop who has a repeated history documented with the IEB, even of using excessive force, it's going to get you beat down and left for dead. And this is how the episode ended, with what was foreshadowed at the beginning of the episode with the snow globe, and Tariq finding Diana unconscious in the alley calling for help. So now the big question is, will the baby survive? It's really hard to say at this point. We couldn't see where Lewis was stomping at, but she did punch Diana in the stomach. The episode description might give us more insight into what happened, as it says that Tariq and the Tejadas looked to avenge what they lost. The thing is, one of the promo videos for part 2 had Tasha telling Tariq that this baby is hope. And she didn't say that this baby was Hope, as in the past tense, but is, like the baby survived. So I think the most likely scenario, because of the two conflicting reports, is that the first ultrasound didn't detect that Diana was pregnant with twins, and that one twin was killed and one survived. Because of that, like the description says, the whole crew's gonna be on a mission to avenge what they lost and unalive Felicia Lewis with the quickness. I'm definitely not expecting Lewis to live past episode 7 after what she did. In addition to that, Carter will likely let them take Lewis out because she's becoming a loose end with his task force. And I think it's almost guaranteed who we saw Diana kill in the part 2 trailer with the weight is Felicia Lewis. The question is, how do they draw Felicia Lewis back to the Tejada's house to take her out, or do they break into her house to kill her? Either way, Don Carter will be a step ahead of them because the trailer also shows Don Carter with his gun pointed at Monet, Diana, and Tariq, most likely after they killed Detective Lewis. And like Zion foreshadowed before he died, Carter's now going to own everybody. He's going to own Tariq and Brady because he'll have the video footage of them killing Zion. And he'll own Diana and Monet all the more because of their involvement in the murder of a cop. So now, because of Diana not being honest about Tariq about all the details about who really sent her to kill Zion, she's pretty much betrayed Tariq again. Season 1, Diana showed just how slimy she was by taking the gun out of Tariq's backpack. If Tariq was in danger, not having that gun could have cost him his life. Then Diana told Monet about course correct when she found out how Tariq was moving product, hoping that Monet would shut it down. And why did Diana do all that to begin with? Out of jealousy, because Tariq was interested in being with Lauren, while Diana just got done calling Effie a jealous bitch in episode 6. Like Estelle told Tariq in season 3, when you point one finger, you have 3 more pointing back at you. In season 2, Diana betrayed Tariq by pretending like she was so upset so she could get the QR code from his phone and steal the product from his lockers. And Tariq forgave Diana for that also and sat next to her in class when he found out that she was now attending Stansfield in season 3. Then in season 3, Diana tried getting both Tariq and Tasha killed just to take out Monet, and when the plan went wrong, she doubled down and betrayed Tariq again by telling Noma and Kane that it was Tariq who shot Monet. Now Diana has betrayed Tariq yet again by not telling him the truth, and now he's going to be under the control of Don Carter and the NYPD. But like Tariq told Zion, nobody's going to own him. So once he finds out about the footage, he will be on a mission to get rid of it. This is very reminiscent of Tommy Egan getting caught on the wire killing Ruiz. Ghost had convinced Ruiz to wear a wire in his meeting with Milan because Greg Knox was already pressing him. So everything went good. He wore the wire in the meeting with Milan, only for Tasha to find out what was going on, and she gave Tommy the drop. So Tommy killed Ruiz and got recorded on the wire doing it, not actually knowing Ruiz was wearing a wire at the time. And this recording caused problems all throughout Power. Ghost broke into Greg Knox's apartment looking for this recording, and because of that, he got falsely arrested for Greg's murder. Then Tommy killed Bailey Markham from Homeland Security, thinking it was over. But Tommy made the mistake of trusting Proctor to get rid of the laptop, whose snitch ass only made more recordings of it instead. And when he died, he had already gave another copy to his daughter, who Tommy then got the recording from at the end of Power Season 6. But even then, I'm pretty sure Elisa Marie made a copy of that recording, and I wouldn't be surprised if it eventually comes back into play still. And this could be the type of predicament Tariq is now facing, getting caught on police security footage killing Zion. Then to make matters even worse, one of the part 2 teasers makes it look like Tariq is actually going to get into a relationship with Diana and try to be with her. And that has to be absolutely the dumbest relationship choice he could make, even if she's still pregnant with his kid, given their history. So if Diana ends up taking Tariq down at the end of this series, I'ma still be pissed off, but it will almost be like he was asking for it, giving her so many chances. It's obvious that she's not going to change. Then add in the fact that Monet was involved in both of her baby daddy's murders. And Diana's season 4 description says that she will transform into the woman she tried so desperately not to become, her mother. Also, keeping in mind the conversation that Monet had with Janet earlier in the season when Janet talked about how Monet was different back in the day. And Monet replied that that girl died the day they took Zeke away from her. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.